Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've got another nightstand set here for you guys today, and I got these at Savers for $70 at the same time I got the other nightstand set. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I'll post the video up here, but anyways, I started this makeover by taking the hardware off. This is always my first step in every makeover. Now right off the bat, I want to tell you guys that I really debated actually posting this video. To me, it felt like everything was going wrong with these nightstands. A lot of it I left out just because I got so frustrated. And then the filming and the editing, it is not turning out as I had hoped for, so I decided to post it anyways, just to show you guys that not every makeover is perfect, not every setup for filming is perfect, and sometimes you just have to go with the flow a little bit. This makeover did start as smooth sailing as could be. I was able to fit the nightstands in my car when I picked them up, and the hardware came off just as usual, super easy, and the door slides all worked perfectly, so there was no problems there. After the hardware was off and the drawers were out, I got sanding with a medium grit. I think this was 120, and I just made sure to sand down the entire piece because we are going to be painting the whole thing. Once everything was sanded down, I went back in to clean the piece with Dawn dish soap. This is my go-to solution. I use Dawn dish soap and warm water, and it really does the trick, but you want to make sure that you go back and rinse off with regular water afterwards, just so that you don't have any soap residue left behind. For this part, I had to move the camera up close to show you just how dusty this was and how satisfying it was taking all of this dust off. It was totally coated, so I definitely had to really work with getting this dust off. Once it was all cleaned, I went in with my dry decks to fill in the hardware holes, as well as a lot of the dents that the old hardware left behind. Sometimes when the hardware is on for a super long time, it will dent the wood a little bit, and that was definitely the case here, so I made sure to do that on all 4 drawers. Once it was done, I closed the lid and set the drawers to the side and got ready for priming. As usual, I'm using my 123 primer. I got my whole priming set up here, and I just go ahead and start priming the nightstands. I was debating taking off all of the decorative pieces on these nightstands, but with how it was constructed, I thought that it would be more work than it's worth, so I did decide to keep these on. So I'm going to be trying to mash up 2 different styles. I am a very big modern style girl. I like all of my furniture to be modern, so you're going to see a little bit of 2 different styles here. To keep you guys in the loop, Priming is kind of where all of the problems started. I ended up having to pick out so much dog hair, as you can probably see. I don't know if it was on my sweatshirt there or on the floor, but I usually do a really good job of keeping the animals out of my workshop, so it's just really frustrating having to constantly pick all of the hair out. And then after priming, we got to building the base. Now, this existing base that you can see here was not set up well to build a new base on it, and so that was a lot of problems, and I didn't even film it, but after the bases were on, this is what it looked like. It took an entire day just to figure out how to get these on because it was a lot of work. At this point with painting, I thought that all of the problems were done. You can see I'm using this big can of paint here. I threw in the rest of my BB Froche paint transformer to be able to make this a chalk paint, but more problems occurred here, and I think this was the fault of the brush. I really should not have been using that brush. My plan was to use this brush and then toss it afterwards, but I think the brush was a little bit too far gone and I was too stubborn to switch it up, so I was having lots and lots of problems with how stiff it was, and really a new brush would have fixed this one. I also wanted to throw out there that you can probably see the nightstand wobbling a little bit. That is not due to the structure of the base, but we live in a very old house, so the floors are very uneven. You could literally set a marble on the floor and it would start rolling, so that's another annoying feature that we have to deal with, but it could be worse. Painting these nightstands only required 2 coats, so after the second coat I started to catch up on the drawer fronts, and I basically just had to sand down the wood filler and then prime and paint on both coats there, so I was doing that then. And now it's time to put on the top coat. I am just using my polyacrylic like usual. I love this stuff, so I'm just going ahead and putting it on the nightstands. While the nightstands were drying, I was drilling in the hardware holes, and like I said, we are kind of mixing 2 styles, so I'm trying to make it more modern, but those decorations kind of throw it off just a little bit, but I think someone will love this in their home nonetheless. So I'm just getting this on and we'll be ready for the final reveal. Now you guys, I know that this is not the best video I've ever filmed or the best makeover I've ever done, but I still wanted to get this posted because I want to show you guys that not everything is going to be perfect all the time, and that's just okay. So now we're going to get into the final reveal.